Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 with Sofia. She's in the workplace. A man is touching her back without permission. She finds him disgusting, disrespectful, awful, exploitative, a bully, and she's really frightened. This is powerful, and welcome to the work. Welcome to self-inquiry. Let's move into part 2. So, that man should touch strangers, and he should not respect others' bodies. That's who he was. And if he comes in again and there are other people in the store, you might just let him know. Turned around. The other day you checked my back, you touched my back, and I want you to know that in my case, you should not touch me. And you should respect my body. And if you want to touch my back, talk to me first.
Yeah, that would feel good.
Honey, it does. It's rightful language. It's tried and true, and we don't have voices. And this gives you a voice, a fearless voice, even though there's some fear maybe in it. You're on solid ground. And that could be when there are other people in the store as well, even though they don't have to overhear it.
Mm.
Or either way, that would be up to you.
Yep.
Let's look at 4.
For 4, I put, I need the man to leave and stop being near me.
So look around in that situation, look around. To be happy, you need him to leave and stop being near you. Is it true? Look around. Are you safe other than what you're thinking and believing?
Yeah, no, I don't need him to leave.
Well, there you are.
What affected me most started after he left. I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. After the initial shock and fear, the ego just starts doing its job.
Yeah. And it's strange. I think what kept coming up throughout the day was if I let go of it, if I let it just be what it was, then I somehow, or that meant that I somehow said it was okay.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. Yeah. That's why this linkage is so important.
Yeah.
So to be happy, I need him to leave and stop being near me. So close your eyes, be there now. He's touching your back. Turn around and just hear these words as though you were saying them. As though you were saying them to him, face him. For me to be happy, I need you to leave now and to stop being near me and to take your hands off of my back and to stop touching me on my back. So imagine facing him and you saying, I need you to leave now.
Yeah.
I need you to stop being near me. Did he listen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt as though in our interaction he was maybe testing me to see what he could get away with. And having said that, I don't think he would have continued.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know what you need to be happy. We just looked at it. You know what you want in that situation. You have the words for it. You know what advice you want to offer him. You know what you want. You have words to express it. You know, when there are a lot of people that all agree they should do something that is just not your cup of tea at all, and they're your friends and all of that, this gives you language too. It's like, oh, I hear all of you. I hope you enjoy it, and I need to leave now. Notice there's no excuse in it. There's no nothing, and
Ah, yeah, I'm currently reading I Need Your Love, Is It True? And just not giving an explanation when it's not necessary. I've been trying it out and it feels really good.
oh, love that so much. Just hearing that just makes me happy that that book is out.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm.
it's such a pleasure to both read and be doing the work. I'm so grateful you put it out for me to enjoy.
Oh, thank you, honey. So to be happy, if you look at number 4, I don't need him to leave. I don't need him to stop being near me. I need me to leave that spot, go to the register, and stop being near him.
Yeah, yeah, I need me to take care of myself,
Yeah.
which I did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And I can't control whatever he decides to do.
No. But
But
you know what you
yeah,
want, you can express it. You know
yeah,
what you need to be happy, you can express it, and you have advice for him. Mm. Those of you that have had, no matter what the situation, no matter how horrendous it was with the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever, these worksheets, oh, they are so powerful. They'll give you a language. And once you have that, you lose your fear of people. And rightfully so, because they back off. They don't want necessarily people that are not subservient. They're so fearful. And that, which was not the case with you. You made it to the register. Let's look at 5. That situation. He is.
in that situation, the man is disgusting, disrespectful, awful, creepy, exploitative, and a bully. That's what I put.
So let's test it. He's disgusting. Look at him. He's disgusting. Is it true?
No, I don't agree with his actions, but I, he's just a person.
And notice how you react when you think the thought he's disgusting.
Yeah, I just the whole situation just feels like dirty or filthy.
Yeah. You frighten you, those images of
Yeah,
future in your head the ego offers up.
I think just because he was nothing nothing crazy, but he was a bit disheveled, um, and that just made this sort of like you know just filthy. It felt when I was thinking about it.
He's disrespectful. Check it out. Is it true? You know,
Yeah,
the reason we double check all of these, it's a full worksheet, is sometimes we can see now what we couldn't see then because our imagination, our unquestioned thoughts and imagination were running so profusely, we're blind. But sometimes it does match. We're just looking for the truth here. He's disrespectful. Is it true?
Yeah.
And notice how you react. What happens when you think the thought, he's disrespectful, he's disgusting. Look at the images of the past running through your head in that situation.
It's just all the times I felt like I wasn't able to control the situation or say no when I wanted to, or
Now look at him without the thought. He's disgusting and disrespectful.
he, he just looks maybe a bit desperate, but not this villain. I still don't agree with what he's doing, but
Yeah,
he doesn't have that power over me.
there you are. There you are. Sanity is, it's a beautiful thing. And sanity is being present without being attached to those images of past future that are running in our head. That's not to stop them, but to notice it's imagination and to get present. He's a bully. Is it true?
Yeah.
And notice what happens to your head when you think the thought he's a bully. And he's touching your back.
It makes me feel like I don't have anything to say about it.
Powerless.
Yeah.
To be there now without the thought he's a bully. Look at him. Say, I need you to stop being near me. I need you to leave.
He's just, it keeps coming up, but he's just a man.
So all the fear that happened was in your head, and you know something about yourself. You know you have a language for please don't touch me. And looking into his eyes. Try this on. You've obviously got courage in that situation. My thoughts about him were disgusting, disrespectful, awful, exploitive.
Yeah. In my mind, I was making myself go to even worse situations than the one he put me in.
So your imagination was at work, your ego was at work, and that has nothing to do with him. That's what we're thinking and believing, and it's our responsibility. And we can say the world makes me believe that, but okay, the world makes me believe it, but I can do something about it. I can test what the world is believing. I can test for myself. That's that's empowering. In that situation, my thoughts were exploitative and a bully.
I was really putting myself down in every possible way. I was seeing the scenario where I said something and it went poorly, or where I didn't say something and I was a coward. Um, I really didn't. There was no way for me to act where I wouldn't bully myself in my mind in that moment.
When we look at the thoughts on your worksheet, the thoughts you were thinking, and so that's where our power is stripped. Those what we're thinking and believing create the fear. You know, if someone's going to like stab me with a knife, the terror in my head could be worse than the knife.
Yeah.
And it's good to know the difference. That's where the empowerment is. It's good to know the difference. If someone's gonna like fire a gun at you, they say, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Imagination has the trigger pulled. Like if it's aimed at me, imagination, the ego has the trigger pulled before it's pulled. It's already happening. When the bullet hits, it's like late for the party.
Yeah.
And so the powers, where we need the power, we don't have it. But the bullet hits us, we're in reality. And then the ego says, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. So it goes into the future. It's about to lose its object, mind's object, self.
Yeah.
So in that situation, my thoughts about him in that situation are disgusting. So look at his hands on your back, and your thoughts are about him are disgusting. See how the ego's making him an enemy? Not right or wrong. It just could be any situation. We're just looking at how the mind works. Disrespectful. You have him like some kind of sex offender, and there's no proof yet. And you have the power now to, I want you to stop touching me. I want you to keep your distance from me. That was your number 2. My thoughts about him were awful.
Yeah.
He frightened me, turned around. My thoughts about him frightened me.
Yeah.
And eventually, honey, as you continue to do your work, eventually your thoughts they're sane. And sanity for me is the absence of fear.
Yeah.
Let's look at 6. In that situation, what is it you never want to experience again with him?
I don't ever want to be touched when I don't want to. I don't ever want to feel powerless over my own body.
I'm willing to
I'm,
experience.
I'm willing to be touched when I don't want to. I'm willing to feel powerless over my own body.
Okay. So, what is number 6 about? It's about if you ever fear that situation again, it's another worksheet. If you're not at home with that thought, then it's another worksheet. I'm willing to be touched where I don't want to be touched and feel powerless over my body. I'm willing to. I look forward to.
I look forward to be touched when I don't want to. I look forward to feel powerless over my own body.
Because that man was your teacher. And by some grace, It's an amazing lesson.
Yeah.
It's an amazing window into yourself and the cause of your fear without ever justifying that it's okay that someone without your permission touch your back if that offends you.
Yeah. Yeah. I can almost, or I can, it feels a lot more honest to say that I'm looking forward to it, and now feeling like I sort of have the words for it as well. Um,
Yeah, I'm willing to, and I look forward to it happening again in my head because if I'm
yeah,
still, if I've got unfinished business there, I'm experiencing fear, and so that's another worksheet on the same situation. And oh, sweetie, you are so brave.
thank you so much.
Oh, my goodness, for my part, you're so welcome. You know, this work can give you a freedom in the world that will take you places that other people don't dare go into.
Uh,
Allow you
yeah,
to
and
be
so
in this world.
thank you. Thank you so much for this, and yeah, for everything the work has given me. It's truly changed my life.
I'm so happy to hear that. You know, for those of us that have been raped or molested, it's men or women. The horrible thing about it, it's not only what we're thinking and believing during the experience, but the remembering of it, because it shifts the way we live in the world and the way we see people, and it makes our world small. Fear is the ego's world. You know, if someone says to you, "I want to rape you," you might ask them, why might you want to rape me? I'm not suggesting you do that, but that kind of head on, being at home in yourself, you, it won't be anything clever or tricky or anything. It's just straight up. Why me? It's a discussion. The rapist may prefer to raping again because the guilt of harming another human being is,
But yeah, it allows you to be in the moment as well, and that's the only place where you can do anything.
yeah, that's where
Anyway,
the power is. You've certainly shown it, that made that clear for us today. Oh boy. Okay, so I look forward to being touched where I don't want to, and to feel powerless over my own body. Because if I'm still upset about that anytime in the future, it's another worksheet. So just to remind all of us that, again, it's not done until it's done. Some of us need more than one worksheet on the same situation because we're more enlightened after working the first one. We're more enlightened when we're filling in the next sheet. So it's like these people in the world that frighten us like that push us to self inquiry and are really giving us preventive medicine when we sit in what you have just had the courage to sit in. Oh boy. Oh, dears, honey, your takeaway, your takeaway. Any questions and your takeaway and Sophia's courage.
Hi, thank you so much for the session, and my heart goes out to everybody who's here and trying to work through this. Because honestly, while we were doing the session and I was able to work on my sheet while doing it, it's like every time I had to take responsibility the voice was like, no, they're bad. Why are you taking responsibility? That's unfair. Shouldn't happen to you. Um, and it was so hard to understand and like put that anger aside on someone else and bring it inside and say that it's an illusion. I cannot be angry unless I have anger in me and I'm feeding it. So, this whole session was so much about taking responsibility and not putting it out there in the world, because this will repeat in different ways until and unless we take responsibility and, like you said, just be done with it until it's done. So I think that was the biggest takeaway of like every time I took responsibility, I felt anger as if I was being wronged by myself for taking responsibility.
Yeah. Oh, honey, you are open to some kind of miracle there. I'm so I'm so happy you raised your hand and that you made it to our session today.
I'm
Wow.
very thankful, very thankful.
That kind of power you can't buy.
I feel really blessed for having experienced what I experienced to get to this point, because it's different kind of liberation. It's like ego has nowhere to go but to dissolve.
Yeah. Yeah. And when it's a little tough, just move it respectfully from your head to paper, just the way that Sophia did today. And oh boy, honey, thank you for popping in. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. I was feeling very angry while writing it all down, and then with the turnaround, it was like, oh my God. Like it's like when you point one finger, the three point towards you. And I was like, oh my God, this is hitting me more than it would hit me if I was to actually say these things to that person. And I was like, and then all the things came back that this has repeated in the past, but I never really looked at it the way I did today. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Power, power. Other than what we're thinking and believing, we've got our stuff together. But that ego, it's a
I know.
magic
Yeah.
lie.
I think forgiveness is the biggest thing for yourself, first of all, before others.
Yeah, that's the key.
Thank you so much.
Oh, honey. Barbara.
Thank you.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
Takeaway today.
My takeaway today is I've had that experience as well, that I've been quiet when I've wanted to say something to someone, and that preventative medicine in question 2, where you just turn around and say, I want you to take your hands off my back now, just blew open my mind. And like, oh, I can believe I'm in my like mid 50s and it has never occurred to me.
Yeah.
I could say that.
Yeah. And if I'm a man and I put my hand on your back and you say nothing because you're so paralyzed with fear or confused, then as that man, how do I know you even have a problem with it?
Yeah.
There's no, but to express, which a language for that, it's on your worksheets. And just the way we saw with Sophia, it gives us a language. And I have so many experiences of this. Just, even just turning around and say, what do you want? I'm uncomfortable when you touch my back without permission. What do you want? And then listen. Because
Oh,
usually they don't even know.
it just felt I feel so excited. It's like, oh, there's words and I can find my own words. And I've just never seen it as clearly as today. So, Sophia, thank you so much for your work. And Katie, for bringing it out that way in question 2. It's so empowering.
Yeah. Yeah, we're so fearful. We don't know what we want. These worksheets, they enlighten us. They give us a language. Yeah, and we want to give them advice, like, don't touch my back. I'm not comfortable with that. And a language. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you for sharing that. Words. Marina.
Hello.
Hello, Marina. Honey, your takeaway.
I don't have a takeaway, but I have a question, if that is okay.
Sure.
I was wondering if if therapy, like how it's common in the world, is itself ego material. I just had a strange experience. I had this paper from a therapist, like a transfer with a specific diagnosis, but then I felt like, no, I don't agree with this. I ripped it. And then suddenly I felt like I had the experience of regaining discernment and inner space. So I felt like is it also thought material? Is it ego? Is that word ego material itself? And wanted to ask you what your view is on that.
You could do the work on, I'm not sure I understand, but you could do a worksheet on that therapist. And you could also open your mind to what the therapist said. And you might have questions for that therapist to define, to say more about what they mean, if those areas you don't understand. And I'm not sure I understand, honey, but from what I can tell, your therapist wrote what a diagnosis on you that you don't connect with.
Yes, because I had like 4 years ago an experience of, I will just say it like, call it enlightenment maybe, because I felt like, oh, there's just now and what I believe about myself, and then my path went on, but I also forgot about these things, and I returned to an old cycle. And then
Well, this work, when the work found me, I was on the floor, and it was just so clear, the cause of all human suffering, all my suffering, all humanity, all suffering of humanity. And I saw the cause, and I saw how to end it. And that's what I invite the world to, to identify what you're thinking and believing, write it down, and then question it, because there your mind is on paper. It's stabilized, because the ego will just shift it and do all kinds of stuff with it. But when it's written down, we can just sit, and your therapist could be right, or it could be something you just don't relate to at all. But are you comfortable in your own skin? And for me, it would be good if I was working with a therapist, to work with that therapist, as long as I trusted it and do the work, that combination.
Mhm.
And listen closely to that therapist as long as you're trusting that therapist.
Okay.
Yeah. My therapist might give me a diagnosis that I don't agree with at all, but I'm not going to shut my mind to it, because that therapist could be right. So before I shut anyone down that sees me a certain way, I certainly want to check out. Anything less than that could be a kind of denial. But when I check it out, then I'm checking myself out all the time through these worksheets. And on the floor, when I saw the cause of all suffering and how to end it, I knew, I mean, it was just so clear that I don't exist other than what I'm thinking and believing. Just so clear. Just so clear. I had no proof of existence at all. And yet the mind would go, and I noticed it. And that laughter came out of my body like, I get it. I get it. But I knew this, and I can tell you, sweetie, that I also understood that what I discovered belonged to everyone. Not that anyone would see it, work it, understand it at all, but nonetheless, it belonged to everyone. It's the way out of suffering. And I knew that to be with people and pass on this gift, to even speak to a person would cost me this enlightenment from the floor. But that self-inquiry has always, in that experience of yours, you didn't even exist. I mean, it's just the enlightened mind. No I. But to be in the human race and know that there's only one person in the world that needs this work, and that it's me. That everyone in the world is as I imagine them to be. And to know the difference between they are really that way. Are they really that way, or what I'm thinking and believing? Where's the fallacy? I cannot prove my existence. I'm well aware of my non-existence. I'm well aware that I have never spoken and never will. I am well aware that this world is in me as I believe it to be. And then in this earth school, that kind of understanding and love lived here is it's my world. And you have yours. Each of us. No two people live in the same world. Like if we look at you and there are all of us together, we have a different, in our own way, a different idea of who you are, how you are, why you are, So if there are 1,000 people on this call, there's 1,000 different yous. You are as we believe you to be. And like for me, if I put it here, I am who people believe me to be. I can never be more or less, but who do I believe me to be, and what is valid and what is not? And the world, my world is imagined. The question is, do I love it? Do I love my world? So anything my ego sees as out of order is what this work is about.
Does that mean that it does not matter where I go from now? I mean, which direction or decision to take is decision? Does it even matter? Because, yeah.
It matters to you. If it matters to you, it matters. And denial is the last thing that I want to live in.
Okay.
So if someone gives me a misdiagnosis, a diagnosis, and I don't agree with it, I want to go back to that person. Tell me more. This fascinates me. And in the meantime, I'm doing worksheets.
I feel like I gave me that diagnosis.
There it is. Oh my goodness! I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my therapist gives me a diagnosis, and that doesn't even click with me. Then I might want to have another discussion and learn more about why she would see me that way, or he.
Yeah, because there's some part maybe that wants to be saved, or I think maybe it's too scary for the human nature to understand this power. I don't know.
Well, human nature is human nature is inhumane nature. It's the ego's world. But once the ego's understood, for me, that's self-inquiry. Once the ego's understood, which you had that privilege in the enlightenment, but once that's understood, the ego can't touch you. It's simply a state of mind. I respect the ego. I don't do war against the ego. I question it, and we get along fine. We do really well together. Ego's like a terrified child. And what we do every time we fill in a worksheet is we're honoring the ego. We're taking that terrified little ego and allowing it to live on paper where we question it. So we're becoming enlightened to anything that's left that could cause fear in our life. In other words, bring us back into this world of apparent suffering. I love about this world of apparent suffering, it's apparent. That doesn't make it so. And I love that all pain is in the past. What kind of grace is
Can I make a further statement? Because as I talk to you, or as I sense or hear you talking, or because this diagnosis is about psychosis, I sense, like, I feel that connection, like I have a physical experience of that, your words, like very strongly, like I don't know how to express that. Like if there is, if you are, as if space from your side is returning. It's interesting. I don't know that I have no, it feels so strange to sit here and then this, maybe it all brings us to now only the dynamic of us talking feels unnatural to me. Like in that.
And what's so beautiful about that is it is unnatural because you're in the remembering and not in the present.
Okay.
No proof it's ever been said. Even if I tell you, yeah, I said it, it's up to you to ultimately.
Okay.
To believe me or not, that's yours. And then to believe you or not. So, for you to believe you or not.
Yeah. Or not unnatural. And yes, I understand you. There's an aspect of, but that also feels like imbalance. It's so like, as when I shut, or I don't know what it is that non-duality, and then you are speaking, and as soon as you speak, or maybe there's too much past in my perception, there's like this, I I have no words for it.
Well, you're just left with no proof. It's like I'm speaking, and if you recall that, that's yours, that's not me.
Okay.
So it will not affect your enlightenment to understand that.
Okay.
Other than to allow you to speak of one world and stay anchored in this gift that you were given. That moment of clarity, to respect it. And be at home in the world of imagination. It's a gift. If you heard me say it's a gift, then your imagination's at play. That's remembering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweetie. Thank you for your courage and showing up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks to your boy, you you dears are off the charts. Just, I love you so much. I love our time together. Who knows what you're going to come up with next week? But thanks for your contribution. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time in the States. And thank you all for something beautiful. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.